Alrighty, hello everyone. Chief Weather Forecaster Beckett Webb here. We're starting off a new work week with again a Highland weather alert. Looking at today's weather headlines, extreme risk for power outages still continue due to that windy conditions that we'll see through much of the day and that lingering ice that we've been seeing the last couple of days. Brutal cold temperatures and wind chills to return for much of this week, and ice to stay frozen and refreeze again through much of this week. Today is Monday, January 26th, 2026. And you're watching today's edition of Weather Watch, and it starts now. Alrighty, hello everyone. Chief Weather Forecaster Beckett Webb here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're still going to be continuing red mode throughout much of this week due to those brutally cold temperatures, the brutally cold wind chills. So just so we're aware. Let's go ahead and get started with today's forecast. Starting off in Asheville, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 20s, around 26 degrees today, with partly sunny skies and blustery conditions. Highs will be in the low 40s towards Greenville-Spartanburg with sunny to mostly sunny skies. Upper 30s towards Charlotte with mostly sunny skies becoming sunny. So all the freezing conditions, the ice that we saw the last couple of days should start really melting through the Piedmont, North Carolina, upstate South Carolina, and northeast Georgia region. However, in the western North Carolina mountains and east Tennessee, it should linger for quite some time. 40s in Dakota with sunny to mostly sunny skies. Mid to upper 20s in Gatlinburg with a slight chance of snow flurries throughout much of today, sitting at about a 20% chance of that precipitation. Looking at today's hourly forecast here, many places are closed. So if you do plan on, I don't really suggest it, but if you do go outdoors today, make sure you have a jacket. Temperatures will be in the upper teens, around 19 degrees still at 11 a.m. before warming into the low 20s, around 22 to 23 degrees 2 through 4 p.m. Then look at that massive cool down. 8 p.m. we're sitting at 16 degrees. By 10 p.m. we should be at 12. So tonight's minimum temperatures will be at 3 degrees, if not below zero in many locations. So we'll see those temperatures drop massively over the next couple of hours. So really, today is also not a day to venture out, to drive around outdoors. So make sure, if you can, just stay at your house through much of today, because any ice that we see on the roadways will start to melt and then again refreeze, if not stay there through much of the day because of those colder temperatures and not reaching above freezing. Now, let's talk about something else. The winds will remain relatively strong today. Winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour, upwards of 60 miles per hour remains possible towards the northeast portion of Asheville. Many power outages still remain too from the system last night because of the strong winds and because of the ice that we saw on the trees as well. Ice storm warning still remains in effect until about 1 p.m. this afternoon due to that lingering icy conditions, icy roadways. 20 to 30 miles per hour looks to be possible towards our upstate South Carolina. 20 to 30 miles per hour possible towards our northeast Georgia counties and our east Tennessee region. Now, we're still talking about a little bit of a snow chance, mainly along the North Carolina-Tennessee state line. So much of this morning, we could see any precipitation that starts to pop up because of how cold the temperatures are. We can start to see it build up and become just full-on snow, mainly along the North Carolina-Tennessee state line. However, we're not really expecting much out of it. We should see about a trace to maybe an inch. Isolated areas could get 2 inches, but out of all, the chances remain relatively minimum, and it should not add to the accumulation that we have from that ice and sleet over the last couple of days. The minimum wind chills here, this is subject to change. This is as of early this morning. We should see 1 degree in Asheville, 22 in Greenville-Spartanburg, about 25 in Columbia, 21 in Charlotte, 16 in Hickory, 11 in Knoxville, 9 in Gatlinburg, 5 in Andrews, and 17 in Dakota. Again, that's the wind chill for the next couple of hours. Looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here, way below average temperatures, about 90% below average temperatures look to be likely through much of the southern and northern United States into the Midwest. So really expect some pretty cold temperatures through much of this week. We can see towards the Midwest, it's going to remain relatively the same. We can see over there towards California, Nevada, all the way up towards Washington, towards Colorado. All of that region, even Arizona, are expected to see way above normal temperatures. So we could be seeing temperatures a lot warmer than what we should be seeing around this time frame. Looking at yesterday's almanac, yesterday's high was 36, the low was 33, average high is 49, average low is 28, and the record high is 74 degrees. Record low is negative 7. Sunrise is at 7:35 a.m. and sunset is also at 5:50 p.m. Now let's go ahead here and take a look at the latest futurecast over the next couple of hours. Starting off the morning, we can see cloudy conditions still continuing. Then we see that a little bit increase in coverage, just a tiny bit towards North Carolina and Tennessee state line, where we can see some pop-up snow showers. But again, those chances remain relatively minimum. We see a lot of clearing out conditions by the afternoon Monday. Cloudy conditions still continue to remain a little bit possible towards Bakersville and Burnsville before it starts to drop down just a little bit more, and then clearing conditions into Monday night, where we see those brutally cold temperatures return back into the forecast. Upper 20s to much of the region, mid to lower 40s to South Carolina, upper 40s to a central portion of South Carolina. This is tonight's minimum temperatures here. Cold. 3 in Asheville, 11 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 16 in Columbia, 11 in Charlotte, 5 in Hickory, Knoxville at 9, Gatlinburg at 7, 5 at Andrews, 12 in Decoa, 14 in Athens, and Waynesboro sitting at 13 degrees. So this is going to remain super, super cold tonight. So make sure you have ways to stay warm if you're still continuing to be without power. If you don't have any heat source, make sure you have ways to stay warm over the next couple of days, because we're not done with tonight. It's going to remain for the next couple of days for those cold temperatures. Low 40s to much of the broadcast region, upper 30s towards South Carolina for tomorrow. Before we take a look at the updated Highland Weather 7-day forecast here, we're issuing cold days Monday all the way through Friday. Temperatures staying in the upper 30s. Right at that freezing mark Monday, before we see those temperatures warm into the upper 30s, dropping into the low 30s Thursday, warming into the upper 30s on Friday, with lows in the single digits there on Monday night, around 5 degrees, before we see those temperatures drop around 15 degrees Tuesday, in the low teens Wednesday all the way through Friday, before we're again possibly tracking another wintry precipitation system moving in Saturday and Sunday with highs in the low 30s and lows in the upper 30s. Really quick before we jump off, there's social media people online posting about, oh, we're going to see a massive winter storm next weekend, or actually this coming weekend. It is way too early for that. It has been very difficult to forecast this last system here. So we're not going to say anything about it. We're not going to be forecasting anything about it. We are way too far from it. If it does become significant, we'll mention it. If not, it is nothing to worry about here. The chance is there, but we're a couple days away. So again, many changes are expected. So don't really listen to those until we're about 2 to 3 days out from that system, or until Highland Weather mentions it. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Beckett Webb here. Have a great rest of your day. Please stay safe, stay cold, stay warm. Don't stay cold, stay warm. Stay indoors if you possibly can. Avoid travel again today. Have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you all on the latest Weather Watch update tomorrow on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your Monday, everyone. We'll leave you with the latest updated Highland Weather 7-day forecast.